Raise your hand if your calendar has ever bullied you. Let me guess, okay? Let me guess. You have a skill that people need or a message that people really need to hear. And yet we all have calendars that refuse to cooperate. Am I right? I'm right. If this sounds familiar, let me tell you that webinars are about to become your new best friend.
They let you prepare a session once and deliver it again and again without physically being there every single time. Plus, they help you reach people beyond one city, attract the right audience, and turn one strong session into something that keeps working for you. So instead of repeating the same workshop for small groups, webinars give you a way to save time, open up your schedule, and still build trust, leads, and opportunities consistently.
What's up? My name's Chika, and here at ProProf's Training Academy, we have worked with over 4 million industry experts, with teachers, with trainers, with coaches, with consultants, and of course, content creators who are all about hosting webinars regularly. With that kind of seat time across industries, we've kind of seen exactly what makes webinars click. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to help walk you through the biggest benefits of webinars. What do they unlock for your work? How are you going to think about using them in a simple and repeatable way? By the end, we're going to be able to map these benefits into your own webinar flow. So whether you are coaching clients or you are training employees or whether you're just educating students, you're going to get the benefits. So stay tuned because I have something very special at the end and you're going to be able to use it right away. And one more thing, if running a webinar seems and feels and overwhelms you like exhausting, or you're stuck repeating the same workshop to the same groups, subscribe now. You will pick real world training ideas that save you time, that sharpen your delivery, and of course, make your work easier. All right. Let's go right now and let's start with the first reason that webinars have taken over training and education across the globe. Webinars remove the biggest limit in traditional teaching and coaching, and that is geography. In-person sessions are great, but when they limit your audience to whoever can physically show up in the room, that usually means a city, maybe a state, or maybe only at a certain time.
With webinars, your reach becomes international by default.
Because a mindset coach in Austin can run one session and have attendees from London, New Delhi, Beijing, Melbourne, Cape Town, all in the same room. For corporate trainers, that actually means rolling out the same learning experience to multiple offices without having to fly anyone between and out of the country. For educators, it means your classroom is no longer tied to a building. Your learners could actually be in different districts or even different time zones and still learn together. The quiet win here is not just more people, it's the right people. When someone in another state signs up to learn from you, they are already motivated. They are choosing you on purpose. And if you know somebody who is frustrated that their coaching or teaching is kind of stuck inside one city, one geography, share this video with them right now because it may be the push that they need to reach people across the country. Now, we know the webinars open the doors wider. So let's talk about the biggest reason many coaches start using them in the first place. For coaches, for trainers, webinars are not just about teaching a tool. They're actually a client magnet. A webinar lets you attract leads and clients from all over and all across the world without having to chase them one by one. People register because they want help. They show up because they trust your topic. And when they get value live, they start to want it more. This is not just about hard selling. It's actually about earning their trust at scale. You see, you get to answer the real questions, you get to teach, you get to guide. The right people think, I want to work with this person. And unlike a single workshop or a one-off session where you're up on a stage in front of a big classroom, webinars keep doing this for you again and again and again. When you run one strong webinar, you can actually repeat it monthly, weekly, or even automate it so it keeps the leads coming in while you focus on your real work. That's the quiet power here. You build a system that can bring clients to you all the time without that constant effort. Webinars also help you build a community. regular attendees start to recognize each other, they return for new sessions, and they spread the word. Come on over. That creates this momentum that is hard to generate with these isolated one-to-one sessions. Now that we've covered the biggest growth benefit, let's go ahead and pivot to move to another reason people love webinars, and that is convenience. Convenience is the fuel of modern learning. People are busy. Coaches are juggling clients, trainers are juggling deadlines, and educators are just juggling everything. You know, what webinars fit into that reality? There is no commute, there is no conference room booking, there is no awkward, sorry I'm late, traffic was a nightmare moments. People can actually join from home, from the office, or from anywhere that they have a device. And, of course, decent Wi-Fi. Now, the flexibility goes beyond that live event. Many webinars can be recorded and you can share them out later, which means learning is not tied to 1 hour on one day. It means that for audiences who have work shifts, who are parents, who need to watch something later, or employees who cannot step away from their job in real time, think of webinars like this: learning that can adapt to life, instead of demanding life to adapt to learning. Convenience is a huge reason why webinars work, but there is another reason that makes finance teams and solo coaches equally happy, and that is cost. Now, webinars quietly cut out a long list of costs that traditional sessions would carry. Venue rentals, travel reimbursement, hotel stays, printing, catering, and all the time cost of coordinating all of that. For a solo coach, that can be the difference between running a workshop because you believe in it versus skipping it because the overhead makes it super stressful. For organizations, it means training does not need to have that big budget or to be consistent. On top of saving money, webinars can actually make you money. A good webinar platform lets you charge for access, sell the replay passes, or bundle the session into mini courses so that even one strong webinar can turn into real revenue stream instead of a one-time, one-off event. Besides, the efficiency angle, as we've spoken about, is just as important. Webinars are faster to plan, webinars are faster to launch, and easy to rinse and repeat. That means that no learning without, or should I say, more often without a logistical circus, we can get that learning. If saving time and training budgets matter to you, give this video a like right now. It helps more people like you find the smarter ways to teach without burning money or energy on travel, on venues, on catering. Now, let's tackle the big worry that people have, which is, will a webinar feel flat? The short answer is not if you run it right. Webinars are not meant to be a one-way lecture. The best ones feel like a real-life workshop. Real-time Q&A, there's chat, there's discussions, there's polls, there's quick quizzes, even small group activities if you want them. Now, those tools turn into passive listeners, or those passive listeners turn into participants by using those tools. The beauty is the digital interaction often pulls out the voices that you would never ever hear in a big physical room. People who may never raise their hand in a packed training room will happily type a question into the chat or respond in a poll. In many cases, that makes the session more honest and more useful, more engaging for the learner. Here's the catch. Webinars can be engaging in the moment, but the real magic is what happens after the session ends. When you teach in person, that lesson disappears the moment people walk out the door. With webinars, your work can live on. A recording turns a single session, a single moment, into an evergreen asset with an automated webinar. You can actually share it with people who missed it, you can offer it to new clients later, or you can fold it into a bigger course. And one good webinar can actually become 5 smaller pieces of content without you actually reinventing or re-recording anything. Let me give you an example. Suppose that there's an educator who runs a webinar on SAT, reading strategies. Afterwards, she decides to use that recording to create some short practice clips, a downloadable worksheet, and of course a replay for a student that wants to revise it and see it again. One session helps her students for months. And this is a major reason why webinars scale so well. Every session that you run has a second life. If you know somebody who keeps reteaching that same workshop over and over and over from scratch every month, you have to share this with them. Webinars can actually save them hours by turning one live session into content that continues to work. The next benefit is less about the logistics and more about your reputation, because webinars build authority. When you host a webinar, you're putting your expertise on stage. You're saying, I know what I'm saying, and I know this topic well enough to teach it live, answer questions, and give you answers. And that is a trust builder. Over time, webinars do something very subtle. They train your audience to see you as the person who leads them through a problem. Each session builds credibility, and credibility is what turns a casual attendee into a loyal client or customer or student. This is why webinars are such a strong fit for coaches and trainers and educators. Your value is actually in your thinking and in your clarity and in your ability to guide people along. A webinar puts all three on display, and a last benefit, seasoned professionals would love this. Webinars give you the data that helps you improve. Webinars give me clear feedback that we can measure. How many people registered, how many people showed up, and when engagement spiked, what questions kept coming up, and where did the attention dip? These are the signals that tell you what to tighten and what to expand, what topics engaged your audience and what your audience wants next. For coaches, those questions become future programs, and for trainers, they highlight the gaps to address. For educators, they reveal what students struggle with most. You're no longer guessing. You're actually learning a ton from your learners. All right, so we've covered the big benefits. Now, let me jump in right now and reveal to you the surprise I promised you at the start. Every benefit you just learned, from reach to client growth, convenience, cost savings, engagement, content reuse, authority, data-driven improvement, all of this can be built from one smart webinar foundation. Check out WebinarNinja, an all-in-one webinar software meant to teach online to improve marketing and grow sales. And it comes, this whole thing comes loaded with several benefits, and I'm going to go through some of them with you. Power to create unlimited live, automated, hybrid, and series webinars on a single package. You can do built-in webinar promotion and email marketing using tools to ensure that your webinar reaches the right audience even before you begin. An absolutely free library of expert-led courses with actionable strategies and proven techniques to turn webinars into, or those webinar viewers into, your future customers. A free 30-day automated webinar challenge where you learn how to create automated webinars from scratch, step by step, with our seasoned experts, Omar Zenhom. And yes, your first 60 days are risk-free. Create amazing webinars and you get to see the impact. And if it does not work, you can cancel anytime. There's zero stress. There is no strings attached. It is all good. Because this is not about just selling a tool, but delivering a tried and tested solution that worked for a lot of coaches, trainers, and educators across the world. And if you want to see how it all works, go ahead and just hit the demo link in the description and we will show you all the way around. Now, I want you to hear this from me. If you had your name next to a webinar, like a cheesy Hollywood movie, what would it be called? Something like maybe Return of the Productivity Coach or Mission Motivation. Drop your title in the comments, and I'm genuinely curious how wild this is going to get. And if this helped you at all think differently about teaching or think differently about coaching online, please like it, share it, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.